It seems that there is much of the city I have yet to familiarize myself with. It is large and has many different sections, though I knew this when I left the academy. I didn't think it would be a hindrance to my work. This is typical for me, though, since I tend to focus a little bit too much on what is right in front of me, and not on the greater whole. I had thought it a simple matter to cure this disease when I first got here. How naive I was. Despite my age, this world never stopped surprising me. I also would have thought that everyone in the academy would assume, because I was older, that I would have had a lot of experience compared to the whelps who hadn't even reached 20, which was nearly every one of the recruits. But no, I was lumped in as one of those without skills along with the rest who hadn't even grown chest hairs for the boys or a chest for the girls. So now that my role has been defined by Lady Erebeth, I can focus on what must be done. I have to see the city core and gather more information on what is happening in the rest of the city. Perhaps I will find some willing to pay me for work, but so far, all I've found are those wanting my coin to provide them with work. I suppose if I cannot make a change to stop the plague and the chaos, then I will have no choice but to make my way up to the top of one of the walls with a good sturdy rope and make my exit. Though, I would hate to displease my church with my first major assignment. I would hate to displease the Dark Lady. They never asked that I sacrifice myself for the cause, but oftentimes those in dark circles would kill you if you don't, and call you a useless fool if you do die for them. There is no winning with those who expect results and care not one whit about you or your situation other than to succeed in what they ask of you. This requires one of intelligence and wisdom to lead, for the leader is just as important as their followers. The leader must choose his followers well and what best role or mission to give them. Most of the time when one fails in their mission, it is because the leader didn't choose the right person and or failed to properly assess the situation. This I learned under Bane and how loosely the leadership roles were governed. They had a lot of free reign and weren't tightly controlled by those above. This meant that those who were talented leaders tended to excel in their freedom, while those who weren't talented went nowhere. Nowhere good. I expect to rise highly within the Church of Tiamat. I have already received a lot of respect, which is why I have chosen to see this through for my goddess. Which is why I must not only succeed here in Neverwinter, but I must rise to be an example for all the others in my church. This is why I take my work here so seriously. They're burning more corpses here. The stench is horrible. Burning flesh, rotting corpses.
Hello.
I heard there was a prison break in the Peninsula District. I suppose we'll be burning more corpses if it's true. Trade of blades. What is this place? A place for fighters, is it? Perhaps I could hire more mercenaries. Who are you?
Fealty!
What does you want, huh? Come on, you don't interrupt a trade of blades, Merc, without a good reason. I'd like to ask you some questions. I suppose, make it quick, though. I have ever so many places to be. Yeah, right. Erebeth tolerates mercenaries when Neverwinter has a standing militia. Watch your mouth, friend. It hasn't gone unnoticed that when a few of the city guards died, she hired outsiders like you instead of coming here. Just because we work for the highest bidder doesn't mean we wouldn't put it on the line for the city. What do you know of the plague? I know a sword can't stop it, and that makes me worthless right now. No one is hiring except for the odd noble trying to prevent looting. Where can I go to get some action? Now you're talking my language. There's one place. Yeah, you look good with a weapon, just don't let anyone hear about it. It's not supposed to get around. It's a club for fighting. We call it the Gauntlet. If you want action, that's a place you can go. I can sell you a pass if you want 50 gold. No thanks. Suit yourself, no skin off my butt. Goodbye. Get on then, I've drinking to get to. Not sure if I can trust this dwarf. Just place full of mercenaries. Who's this merchant?
Hello there.
Step right up. I've got just what you're looking for. My shop ain't what it used to be, but I'm still a shopkeeper nonetheless. Let me see your wares. Tower shield. Now that is an improvement. I could use a helm. Helmet. A plain pot helmet for now. I will buy that. Last thing I want is a splatter of the dead on my face if I'm having to fight zombies. Light flail, this is what I was looking for. That will be my weapon. Magic bag. Allows you to hold more, no doubt. Similar to a bag of holding. It doesn't exactly work the same though, but it does help. Maps. Well, they're cheap. Map of the Peninsula, the first place I'd like to go. This map of the Peninsula District is well annotated and easy to memorize. The mapmaker's art has gone largely unrecognized in Neverwinter. Lord Nasher has forbidden the mass production of such documents for the fear they might aid enemy spies. Who is this? Another little halfling. Hey, do you need a henchman?
You don't have the look of one of those Neverwinter soldiers about you. Neither do you show any evidence of having contracted the plague.
Of course not, fool. But you have a certain bearing about you that distinguishes you from the ordinary citizen. Based on my observations, I'd venture the hypothesis that you are an adventurer, correct? You're right, I am an adventurer. My name is Evaldus Tull. Who are you? I am Bodinock Glinkle, a gnome sorcerer from the island of Lantan who has only recently arrived here in Neverwinter. Lantan, isn't that the place where all those crazy inventions come from? My homeland does have a reputation for producing marvelous machines and outlandish contraptions not otherwise known in Faerun. We Lantanese are a people guided by the analytical principles of science, observation, reason, and logic, but don't allow yourself to be misled by rumors and hearsay. We aren't all kooky inventors, as some would have you believe. I myself am a sorcerer, for example. What are you doing in Neverwinter? I left my home some time ago to experience the broader world. It is not uncommon for the people of my island to undertake such a journey. I was exploring the northern Sword Coast when I heard rumblings of a previously unknown plague breaking out in Neverwinter. In the name of scientific discovery, I came to investigate and catalog the new illness. Fortunately, I arrived before the city was quarantined. I decided to begin my investigations of the Wailing Death in the Beggar's Nest. Why the Beggar's Nest? From the accounts I gathered, it was generally agreed that the Beggar's Nest was where the outbreak began. I thought the best way to learn about the plague was to trace it back to its source. And when I learned the clerics were unable to combat the plague, I thought that I could apply the scientific principles of Lantan to discover a more mundane cure. Unfortunately, I had to end my investigations into the Beggar's Nest mere days after they began, for far too short a time to conduct a proper study of the situation. I don't feel like talking right now. Goodbye. Then there's no logical reason to continue the conversation, is there? But if you find yourself in need of a good sorcerer, come speak to me again. If I can afford to hire somebody else to come along with me, maybe. Who's this?
Please now, I already told you that I didn't mean to step on your cat. It ran right in front.
Oh, you're not that other one.
Odd elven woman. Oh goodness, how embarrassing. Why does this always happen to me? Who are you? Before I tell you anything about me, I would like to ask you a question if you don't mind. Go ahead. You're not one of those dirty, underhanded, conniving thief types, are you? No, I'm not. Why do you ask? I have had nothing but problems with irritating, despisable thieves ever since I left. But that's not important right now. Let me introduce myself. Okay. My name is Linu Lanarel, a devout priest of Sahanine, Moonbow. I seek to continue my adventures by hiring myself out as a healer. Why are you here in the barracks, rather than helping the plague victims? I came to this city believing that I could stem the tide of the plague with the powers of Sahanine. Alas, it defied my every attempt to find a cure. I worked long, hard hours in the Temple of Tyr, trying to alleviate the pain of the sick. Finally, after working through several days and nights, I was exhausted. When I tried to stand, I fainted. Do you have the plague? What happened then? Well, I fell over and bumped into a glass statue of the symbol of Tyr. One of the balance plates flew across the room and smashed spectacularly right above the head of the high priest. The crash was so shocking that the priest sat down right on top of a rather large shard of glass. I'm sure it healed up just fine, but once they stripped him and pulled it out. I was unhurt, but the other priests didn't seem too concerned about that at the time. They asked me to find somewhere else to help with the wounded, as if it was my fault somehow. Are you really that clumsy? I'm not really clumsy, I was just tired. My troubles don't come from a lack of dexterity so much as a poor timing. Don't worry, I'm good in a fight and an excellent healer. That's what I would say about myself. Each day I have been assisting victims of the plague in the slums of the Black Lake District, where they lie in the street, ignored by the residents and guards alike. I have heard enough. You're dangerous to be around. Goodbye, and better luck to you. Oh, I didn't mean to scare you off. I really am a good healer. Come back if you would like to hire my services. Yeah, I don't think so. A thief and a fighter. Maybe a sorcerer. Mage. Something like that. I guess this is where you come to hire people. Hey, do you need a henchman?
I know you. You were at the academy during the slaughter of the students. You were there when the assassins came.
Who are you? How do you know about the academy? I am Grimgar, a monk of the Order of the Long Death. The grisly account of the academy is no great secret, Evaldus, not to those who seek such things out. Tell me, as you stood amidst the blood-soaked corpses of your fellow students, did you gaze upon the face of death? Did you look into his cold eyes and feel his icy touch upon your soul? I've seen the cold face of death all my life. This is nothing new. What kind of skills does a monk of the Order of the Long Death possess? I am a disciple of torment and a messenger of death, the Silent Lord. I bring the absolution of pain and anguish to my enemies to prepare them for a brutal and purifying end. In truth, my skills are not so different from any soldier or hired blade, though I embrace the beauty and perfection of my enemy's death with a zeal others often lack. If you had thieving skills, I might just hire you. You seem of the right temperament to be around me. But I don't feel like talking right now. Goodbye. You are welcome to return should you have need of my skills, Evaldus. If not, we shall meet again at our final end, when the Silent Lord claims us all. I'll follow your god. I don't suppose I would find anyone who is a follower of the Dark Lady, would I? Hey, do you need a henchman? Wow, this is actually a very attractive woman.
Who's this? Some poor soul straggling in off the diseased streets? Are you here to join our ranks and beg for an employer? Or are you actually here to hire someone?
Who are you? My name is Sharwin, and I call this city my home. I seek adventure and excitement. If you seek the same, you'd be smart to hire me to accompany me. You are a local girl, are you? Does that make a difference? I see people I've known my whole life falling to sickness all around me. I'd say that gives me more motivation than most, and incidentally, I am no girl. And just what skills do you have? I am a caster of bardic magic, a master of all skills and a teller of the oldest legends. And with or without your help, I intend to achieve my own fame in my time. One day bards will sing their songs about me. I suppose such talk may make me seem arrogant to you, my lord. If so, I don't particularly care. I've known the path I was on for a long time. I left behind a life of riches to live the life of a bard. You left behind a life of riches? If my own family had had its way, I would be by now comfortably married to a wealthy man I could never respect, bored to tears in my large Black Lake district mansion. How odd a game the fates play. My family lies mostly dead now, and Black Lake is full of frightened fools who bury their heads in the sand and pretend the plague won't touch them. What do you know about the Black Lake district? Plenty. It is full of near to bursting with rich, frightened nobles who would rather wall off the district from everyone else and pretend the rest of the city doesn't exist and actually try to help. There are those within the district who are trying to rally the rich to aid the rest of the city, but their cries mostly fall on deaf ears. One day the plague will come to them in force, and they shall regret their selfishness. Anything else you can tell me about Black Lake? Is there much else to tell? It is perhaps the one place in the city that remains, yet orderly and plague-free, although getting inside the walls may be a bit of a problem. There are some elements of seediness, perhaps. Every place you find the rich, you find places where they can indulge their strangest tastes. I understand the local tavern's basement has its distractions. One thing I know for sure, if you intend to get anywhere in Black Lake, you'd best rely on charm rather than muscle, or maybe bring a companion who knows the terrain. No thanks. Goodbye. Have I scared you off already? Well, do come back once you grow yourself a backbone, my lord. Actually, a bard is similar to a thief. If she has thieving skills, I could use that. Hey, do you need a henchman?
Greetings. I see you are not yet infected by the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Among such suffering and misery, we who are not yet afflicted must be grateful for our health.
Who are you? I am Dalen Red Tiger of the Uthgard tribes of the Frozen North, but it has been over a year since I left my people and came to Neverwinter. Now I earn my living as a blade for hire. You're quite well spoken for a half-orc. My father was an orc, and the blood of his inhuman race is in my veins, but I was raised by my mother among the tribes of the Uthgard. Why would an Uthgard tribesman come to the city? My tribe is noble but small. Among them, there was little chance for a young warrior to prove himself or earn a wife. But I am young and strong, and my people are renowned for their skill in battle. Here in Neverwinter I found work on the docks as a guard for the cargo and shipments being transported. Then what happened? The coming of the plague changed everything. The quarantine halted all incoming or outgoing ships. There was no work and no money. I should have left the docks then. Many of the dock workers were afflicted, men I had come to know as friends. I stayed to ease their suffering, but in the end I could do nothing to save them from the wailing death. With my friends dead, there was no reason to stay in the docks, not with things getting worse. Now I earn a living with my axe as a freelance mercenary. Alright, I don't feel like talking right now. Goodbye. As you wish, sir. Come back if you ever wish to hire a warrior of great skill and honor. Great skill. Honor can be used to manipulate, and great skill would be welcome. If I was with this woman, Sharwin, all I'd be thinking about is taking her to bed. In fact, I can't get it out of my head. But I also have the feeling she wouldn't be so easily manipulated like that. Alright, I'm curious, though the smell is horrific. They say you can't get sick from touching them. How is it decided who gets sick then? Alright. Maybe I will hire that Sharwin at some point. But I have to get my gold I paid for out of Tomy, so he's going to have to work for me for a while. Potion of Bless. Who's this?
Greetings.
Quit waving your weapon around like a thug. Criminals aren't running things around here. This isn't the docks district. Shut your mouth, fool.
'Tis a long day. I could use a drink.
What is it you need, then? I have worries of my own, you know. I want to ask you some questions. I can spare a few moments. Perhaps the idle chatter will clear my thoughts. Have you heard of anything odd, any rumors? As if I care about anything right now. I'm scared to go home, to see the bodies. I'm scared maybe I'll catch it too. You want to go poking around for stories, go right ahead. I'm going to stay right here in the street, out of the trouble. Goodbye, then. Thanks for the distraction from my troubles. I hope your kin don't fall prey to the same as mine. This leads to the Peninsula District. Who are you?
I greet you, my child.
Please, good sir, can you help? We have lost family to the plague, and escaped convicts in the Peninsula District prevent us from even mourning in our own homes. Perhaps I could help. I don't know if you can or not. I'm not sure what has gone wrong in there. I just know if we try to go back to our homes, we'll be killed. If there is something you can do, please, I'm begging you, help us. Could I ask you some questions? I don't know what someone like me could tell you. All I know is that none of us can go home. The guards do nothing. The peninsula is unimportant, with the plague taking a larger toll. Goodbye. Goodbye, I guess. Please, if you have a chance, can you please look into the trouble in the peninsula? We have no one else to turn to. Who are you?
I greet you.
What do you want? I thank you for your sympathy if that's what you've come to offer. But the guards have already given us plenty of good wishes. Unfortunately, it doesn't help get our homes back. The peninsula is all but overrun by escaped criminals. We've lost everything to them. Why doesn't anyone do something about it? Go away. Your weakness disgusts me. I don't need to be reminded of how little I can help myself. We were pushed out by so many. The whole Peninsula District. Overrun. Go then, but please, if you have a chance, please look into the peninsula. It was all we had. Mewling of people start to grate on my nerves. What do you sell? Step right up. I've just got what you're looking for. My shop ain't what it used to be, but I'm still a shopkeeper nonetheless. Let me see your wares. Well, there's nothing I can get out of this. I probably should just go into the Peninsula District now. Can't you carry anything for me? What good are you? A courtesan. Now you're talking.
Bonjour. Hello.
I know. How about a lad like yourself take a lass like me for an evening or pleasure? Only a gold or two, no more. About those sores. Oh, I've got the plague, or something just as good, and you don't. You may wag your finger at me, lad, but I ain't dead yet. So is there something you actually wanted then, or are you just going to stare? Goodbye. A working girl does not normally beg to make her keep, my lord, but these ain't no normal times. Could you spare some kindness, mayhap? I could offer you mercy, a quick and painless death. No, my lord. I thank you, but 'tis not my time just yet. I'm not touching a plague-ridden prostitute. The end is nigh. The Moonstone Mask. I think I've seen enough. It's time to go and search for one of those Waterdhavian creatures. I take it that they fled to each one of the districts outside of the core. So, that means I have to go to one. Let's start with the Peninsula District, since I was first asked to go look into it. Guard.
Well met.
The whaling's taking its toll beyond these gates, lad, making it a dangerous place. Lady Airbeth has ordered us to restrict access. In other words, if you want to access the Peninsula District, you're going to need quarantine clearance, understood? Lady Airbeth has assigned me to temporary militia duty. Aye, there was word she'd be hiring on adventurers to help fill the ranks. What can I do for you then? Could you answer some questions about the Peninsula District? I suppose I can answer a question for you, lad. Go ahead. Stop calling me lad. I'm older than you are. How bad is it in there? It's pretty bad. I certainly wouldn't go in unequipped. Gate Captain Kip can brief you once you're on the other side. Is there something else you want to know? Are there any places I should look out for in the Peninsula District? There's not much there, to be honest. With the prison at the top of the rise and all, most respectable folk and businesses steer clear. You should probably talk to Gate Captain Kip on the other side. He can fill you in. Goodbye. Yes, on your way then. Listen to the noise. It's even worse. Don't go far. We need to talk, citizen. Are you Gate Captain Kip?
Well met.
If you're going into the peninsula, keep your head up. There's been a prison break, and the place is crawling with trouble. How did they escape? Yes, I heard they were let loose. Rumor is Captain Elefin, the head of Gaoler, set them free. Makes no sense to me. He was a good man and ran a tight ship. Where is this prison? Southwest of here, at the top of the hill. It commands a great view of the harbor. Not the prisoners ever got to see it. Are any areas still safe? Sedos Sibyl is the one in charge of the operation. Prisoners have her pretty much penned in, but she's managed to secure her headquarters to the southeast. If you're looking to help, I'd recommend you go to see her. She has better information on what's going on than I do. Does the militia have a plan of attack? For now, everyone's just trying to figure out what's going on. Someone's going to have to go into that prison, though, and get to the bottom of it. Thanks for the warning. If you want to thank me, go talk to Sedos Sibyl at headquarters. We could definitely use your help cleaning up the head Gaoler's mess. Really? Is it this bad here? I should go to the militia headquarters before I go to the prison. The guards seem to have this area locked down. If they have potions of cure serious wounds laying in these crates, then it's worth taking a look. 1 gold piece.
Okay, dokie. It's done.
You're worth having around then. A fire agate. What about these chests? Potion of Bless.
Okay, dokie.
This is what a henchman is for.
It's done.
Copper necklace. Right, this leads out, does it? To the militia headquarters we go. This way. And from here on in, we'll be fighting. Okay, we're getting a little outnumbered here. It's time to summon help.
Skull Claimer!
Ow. Die, half-orc.
Die! I love this part!
Skull Claimer!
This is a lot more than I thought there'd be.
I'll slit your throat!
I'll spill your guts!
I'll slit your throat!
I'll spill your guts! I'll spill your guts!
Here comes Halfling Death! I love this part! Here comes Halfling Death!
These fools will not get to me. You're all going to die. Tommy still better be alive when I'm done here. Here he comes, finally.
I love this part!
You will die, half-orc.
I love this part!
I can't imagine them having much loot. Whoever's been piling these disease-ridden corpses for burning has long ago fled. If I had a torch, I can continue the work. I do have a torch, but I'm not going to continue the work. I suppose that they would have looted everything they can get their hands on, so perhaps some of these escaped prisoners could have something of use. Wine. Alright, I'm in the place I didn't want to go to. Just grab what I can get. A gem. Some gold. Let's continue on the path that we were going. This way. Who are you?
I greet you, my child.
Thanks for the help. I was trying to make my way safely home when those brutes found me. I ask again, who are you? What are you doing on the streets? I'm a butler for Lady Tanglebrook. I was on my way home from my morning shift when all of this erupted. What do you know about the prison? Captain Aelfin, he's the head gaoler there. He runs a tight ship, or at least he used to. Some say he's the one who set these prisoners free. You'd better go. Keep to the shadows. Thanks again. I'll do that. Healer's kit. Morning Star. Probably not worth that much, but I'll take it for now. You're injured, Tony.
No can do. No can do.
Using up all my healing spells. Alright. You don't need to attack it, Shadow. Huh, with these potions. These potions in abundance. We will be able to be fine out here. Look at this. I guess I shouldn't fear taking things from the dead. The plague dead. I will check through all their bodies from now on.
Okay, dokie. Aye, it's done.
Look at all these chests.
Okay, dokie.
Adventurine.
Eh? What can...
Mage armor. Cure moderate wounds. The halfling is pretty much already paid for himself. Okay, we are close to the militia headquarters.
Well met.
What can I do for you? I need to speak with your superior. Cedos, she's inside. That's all I needed to know. Then stay out of sight. This area is dangerous. What is my shade doing? Priest of Helm, I do not need that. These gems, though, these will come in handy. For someone that came here with barely anything.
Okay, dokie.
Stop attacking the chests.
Aye, it's done.
Stupid thing. It's not what I wanted to do. Let's go see Cedos, Sibyl.
What brings you here? The gods weren't supposed to let anyone else into the Peninsula District. Say, you aren't a new recruit, are you?
Lady Arabeth has temporarily assigned me to militia service. Has she now? Well, that's the first bit of welcome news I've heard all day. So you are Cedos Sibyl. Cedos Sibyl of the Neverwinter Militia. I'm in charge of the operation here, and you? She doesn't seem like the type. I'm called Evaldus. Very well, Evaldus, it is. Truth be told, we've got our hands full here in the peninsula and could use your help. It's a bit outside standard militia duties, though. What kind of job? With all the prisoners in the streets, we've stretched to the limit, just trying to keep the civilians safe, as if the whaling wasn't enough. What I need is someone to get inside that prison and figure out what the hell is going on down there. Lady Arabeth's authorized a 300 gold piece bonus to any militia member who can bring me proof that the situation's been resolved. Consider it danger pay. How do you intend to get me in that prison? They're running the prison like a fortress, sending out raiding parties and then retreating back inside. It's been hard to get a hold of them. I think they probably carry keys to get back into the fortress once they've finished looting or whatever. Nobody we've caught has had one, though. Since you can't bust down the front door, you'll have to find the person with that key. I'd start near the sewers in the southwest of the district. We've seen a number of groups around there. What dangers are you aware of? Besides the prisoners, you may need to watch out for the head gaoler, Aelifin. Recent reports suggest he's the one who set them loose in the first place. Aelifin, what can you tell me about him? He used to be one of the militia's best, and until now I've never heard a bad word said of him. Lord Nasher himself appointed him to the prisoner's command. Something just doesn't seem right with this picture. I guess the whaling can change one's perspective on things. 300 gold doesn't seem like much pay for a lot of work. Perhaps, but the prisoners will likely have stripped the place of any valuables, and you're welcome to keep anything you confiscate from them. Alright, I guess I'm your man. Good luck then, and don't forget to report back to me if you manage to resolve whatever the trouble is down there. Looking through all these crates and chests has been very lucrative. Where to go from here? Well, she said to go to the sewers, which is south of the prison. So let's go exploring this way first, and we'll make our way down there. I'm curious. Have the prisoners not ransacked everything? Who's this?
I greet you.
What are you doing here? State your intent to me. This area is the care of the Temple of Tyr. May I inquire as to what you hope to find here? I am in service to Erebeth as a guard, just like you. I see. Recent academy graduate, Well, go on then. Guards are allowed as people with permission from Olif in the Tyrian Temple. I'll make certain that only other city guards are allowed in as well. You make sure that nothing goes wrong while you're here, all right? Right. Goodbye. Yes, on your way then. A lot of people with that face. I guess this is a place to rest. Well, I'm out of spells, so now would be a good time. Which is why I don't like using healing potions unless we have no choice. Let's return to where we came from. Shadow creature, come to me. Oh. I guess I'm still getting used to these new abilities I have under the Dark Lady. Can I have both serve me at the same time? No. A shadow creature, though, I prefer to have than a badger.
You die here and now!
More. You will die here! Got all these cure potions. Cure light wounds, cure moderate, cure serious. I have a lot now. Who are you?
I greet you.
Thanks for the help. I was trying to make my way home safely when those brutes found me. What are you doing on the streets? I'm a maid for Lady Tanglebrook. I was on my way home from my morning shift when all of this erupted. Alright, you better go. Keep to the shadows. Thanks again, I'll do that. What's this? A torch. Alright, I have not been here before, so... A book of the Desserin River. I do not need that. Should I bother? I guess this is what torches are good for in the city right now. Burning pyres of plague victims. Yeah, even the plague victim dead have some decent gold on them. I will not be so picky and choosy, especially if I cannot get it from them. Alright. There's still this section south of the militia headquarters. We have not looked. We will go there now. This way. More plague victims to burn. That's it. To the sewers. More prisoners. Corpse over there. Another gem. Alright, more fools. You fools are going to die. Nice hit. I'm actually surprised you hit that hard, Tommy.
I'll slit your throat!
For the Dark Lady, that was actually good. Gloves, gauntlets. Who's this? He looks like a tough one. Now it's your turn to die, fool.
Nobody!
This is the toughest foe I've fought since coming to Neverwinter. He's almost destroyed my shadow. Now he's on me. Your death is already written. Just lay down and die. As I said. Well, what does he have on him? Another gauntlet. I have to pay to have that identified, do I? What's this chest use? A scimitar. More plague victims. The sewer entrance is right here. I guess we go down now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.